When you fail, you always have the opportunity to try again. Don't stay down when you fail. Get up, brush off your knee, and keep going forward. If you fail, start again. Hey YouTube, I'm Tavin, but you guys can call me T. You know we're back in front of the vision wall, so you know it's gonna be a fantastic video. And plus, I am in a fantastic mood. Thank you for asking. But the video today is about failure. If you fail, start again. Don't let failure bring you down. Don't let one F bring you down. This isn't school, bro. If you fail, you can try again. Failures are lessons. But let me tell you a story. When I just started investing and trading, I use Wealthsimple. I'm giving you guys the sauce. When I just started investing, I bought some stocks and the stocks went down and I panicked and sold. And that kind of turned me away from investing. And I gave it a few months, time passed. I started listening to people like, I'm gonna give you some more sauce, Wall Street Trapper. I started listening to men like them. I started learning more about investing and bam. Went back on Wealthsimple. I bought a few stocks and I was there. But I had this fear of the stocks going down. So I decided, I remember I was listening to a video and they say if you're afraid to lose, or if you're afraid of failure, you won't make any progress, you won't win. So if you're afraid of losing money, you won't make any money. So I bought a stock just for it to lose. I bought a stock that was going down and I kept that stock. I watched it while it went down and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be there. And that stock turned around. It started going up and I became so proud of that stock. If I didn't take that risk, if I didn't agree to accept the failure so I could learn from it, I wouldn't have learned from it. And I became so proud of that stock because it showed me that it could go down and come back up. And I bought a stock that I was very proud of, but I sold it recently. That stock was Nvidia. I bought it for 204 and it went all the way up to 225. And then like 2 weeks ago the market started going down. I'm guessing it's because of what's going on in the States and Iran or whatever, Iraq, I don't know. And started going down. And I just kept on believing it was going back up. And it hit 214. And I decided to sell. To me, that's a failure, bro. Because I lost more than I gained from it. But I still made profit. And meanwhile I sold that, I learned something. The market is going down. The market is bad right now. This would be the best time to buy stocks, to buy shares. I told you that story because I learned through failure. Because believe you me, that was a failure. Every beneficial lesson that I learned was through failure. When you fail, that means you have the chance to go back to basic. You have the chance to go back to the drawing board and try again. Try to get it correct. When you win, or when you get it correct the first time, you never actually learn. When you fail, you learn something new. When you fail, you always have the opportunity to try again. Most successful people in the world right now fail multiple times. A person that I bring up often, Alex Hormozi, that man failed what, 5 to 8 times on his businesses. That man went bankrupt and look where he is now. His company is worth 200 million. I've failed multiple times, and that helped me to become the person who I am today. I'm gonna give you a next thing. When I was doing track and field in primary school, in high school, I could have never came first. No matter what, always second place, always third place. Sometimes I didn't even reach on top of the podium, but that teach me to push myself further. If I didn't come in first this time, try harder so next time I'll come in first. Learn more so next time I can pass my opponent or my opponent won't be able to pass me. And no matter how much I did, I still came in up short, so I kept on trying and trying more. And you know, the year when I was supposed to win, they locked me outside because yeah, that's something they told us we could wear white for sports day. I'm gonna wear my white shirt. I was clean, bro, in my white hat, my white shirt, my white what do you call them, like headphones, earphones or whatever, and my white shoes, and stepping in clean. They're like, yeah, no, where you going? Grade 11, man. Anyways, you have to fail. When you fail, you learn more. Yo, fail as much as possible. Because when you fail, you learn. Show you something. Failure brings wisdom. You fail, you learn from it. You know you shouldn't do that. You got caught up in some things and you fail, don't do it again. You did a test, you fail, you know that was the wrong answer. When I was doing my G1 driving test, and that was like the road license and stuff like that, I remember taking the exam and doing this and that, and then I think after they show you all your wrong answer, I'm like, all right, meet next time. Don't click on that, click on something else, click on something else, click on something else. Once you fail, you are given the opportunity to learn again, to try again, to become successful. If you try something for the first time and you succeed, you'll never learn from it. But if you try something for the first time and you fail, you'll learn from it. The more times you fail, the more you will learn from it. Yo, I'm not going out there and say intentionally fail. No, if you know the right thing to do, do the right thing. But if you don't and you fail, learn what is the right thing to do. Yo, we all have common sense, so I'm not touching on crime. I'm not touching on anything like that. I'm touching on things that teach you to help you become a better person. Certain stuff that you know you should do are certain stuff that, say, for instance, should teach you. Say, the story about me investing, I didn't know what to do, bro. Now it feels natural to me. Now it feels like common sense, and it's because I failed. Like, yo, even me getting to our next relationship, I know it's gonna be better than my old one, and because I failed in the old one and I learned from my failures. Look back over your life. Everything that you fail, that you learn from it. That's the key. Learn from our failures. Some people online, some of my mentors said, yo, fail as much as possible. I think one of my mentor, Myron Golden, said that he said fail as much as possible because you learn from all your failures, which is true. But I'm not gonna say, yo, go out and fail as much as possible, even though I think I said that in the video. But yes, just fail as much as possible, dog. Learn from all your failures and grow from it. And next thing I teach you, if someone did something and they failed, you don't have to follow their mistakes. You can learn from their mistakes. The Bible say, a foolish man learn from his mistakes, but a wise man learn from others' mistakes. That's bar. So you don't have to just learn from your failures. Learn from the failures of others around you. If someone tried a business idea, if someone did this with their life and they failed completely, and other people are pressuring you to go into that, and you see that you won't make it in that part in life, don't do it. Look at the other person as an example and change the trajectory of your life. For me, I was pressured into a lot of things, but I decided that, yo, I don't want to do that. I'm going to focus on what I want. I'm going to focus on what I am doing. And believe you me, I feel so close to where I want to be in terms of life. I feel so close. Yeah, I know the grind is hard and all of this, but it was on the grind that I built the person who I am now. And it's because of the grind that I'm going to become the person that I am ordained to be. And it's because of the failures that I went through. Yo, believe you me, I failed the grind. Like, there's days I felt like I wanted to give up. There was days I didn't want to get up out of bed. There was days I failed the day. I failed my powerless. I decided that, yo, I'm not going to let that happen to me again. A new thing that I started including is I time when I go to bed. And if I'm still up beyond that point, or I don't complete my power list beyond that point, I failed the day. No matter if I had one thing left on my power list, I failed. And I have 25 more minutes left. I have to take notes on my book, and I have to read my Bible and pretty much just brush my teeth, wash my face, say my prayers and go to bed. And I'm not going to fail the day, bro. I've learned a lot from failing the days before, and I don't want to fail this day. But yo, learn from all your failures. Don't stay down when you fail. Get up, brush off your knee, and keep going forward. think back on what that failure taught you, because failure is a teacher. Failure is supposed to be used as a guidance, supposed to show you that, yo, you were wrong here, so you need to change how you acted, you need to change how you reacted. That's bars, that's right, you see that? And continue. But yo, that's the video for the day. Stay blessed by the best. Peace.